Hello, team. Welcome to another weekly sales meeting. We're very excited for this week. We've got a lot to discuss. I want to just kind of get started with next week. We have an exclusive partnership offering. This is something that we've done in the past with Rene Rodriguez. It's scheduled for March 15th at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So 1 week from today, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And we're doing Amplify Your Sales. This is going to be a 3-hour sales focused training. And the goal is for, obviously all of us to attend, all of our loan originators, everybody that's focused on building relationships and leading on the sales side of things, but also us extending this from a partnership offering standpoint, bringing our real estate agents in. This is somebody that, as everybody saw at the Relationships Not Transactions Summit, he's one of the best speakers in the world at getting people to do the things and think the way they need to think to be successful. So, please mark your calendars. Our marketing team is going to be sharing some assets that we can promote on social media to drive attendance. This is, similar to the goal setting, partnership offering that we did in December. We're going to be sharing a promo code. It's exclusively for UMortgage LOs. Again, this is March 15th, next Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And we want to bring this value to our partners. It's live. It's not pre-recorded. We'll be able to have interaction throughout the session, but it's going to be a tremendous value. So, to me, the same way, I'm presenting it to everybody here is the same way we need to present it to our partners. Hey, listen, I've got this value. I've got this incredible person that is going to help us, get better at relationships, at sales, at winning in a challenging market. And I want to share it with you. I want to share it with your team. And that's what we have to do. And to me, if you can make it an office party, or if you can invite everybody to your office, invite everybody to, co-working space, take the opportunity to turn it into an event. Take the opportunity to turn it into a strategy session. Hey, listen, we're going to do this. And then right after, we're going to focus on how we implement, how we actually adopt these things and execute on a winning strategy to really close out Q1 of 2023. So that starts, you're going to see all the information on this starting later today. We're going to email everybody tomorrow, and we'll go ahead and get registration going. So that's one. Now, I want to talk about the Relationships Not Transactions Summit and 3 key takeaways that we had from the event. Now, everybody that was there knows it was a really great couple days. There was, a lot of great information that we shared, and we'll be bringing the broader presentation back to everybody when we talk about the +1 that we need to be doing to win in business, the +1 that we are already doing in business here at UMortgage, and focusing on how we stay focused on the long term. It's very easy to focus on the short term. It's very easy to focus on, hey, my loan and setup went wrong. It's very easy to look at the clouds and focus on the clouds, not focus on where you're going. And that was a big part of the theme from last week. Rene Rodriguez talked about it, walked everybody through this exercise, did you see the gorilla? And basically it was all about understanding, if you're focused on the wrong thing, you can miss the obvious thing. And that's really what we need to be understanding is the rest of the mortgage industry right now, what's happening? Everybody in the mortgage industry, 10 years up, rates are up. All they're talking about is how rates are up. And guess what they're doing? Their sales are down. Their relationship activities are down. They're doing all the things that you don't want to be doing. They're distracted. They're focusing on the worst thing. They're focusing on the cloud. They're not focusing on what they need to focus on, which is relationships. They need to focus on getting in front of more borrowers. They need to focus on the things that create wins. And that's what our focus is. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So want to get started. Those 3 themes that what we talked about was number 1, communication. These are opportunities for us to get better as an organization, things that we're struggling with. So communication was 1. Number 2 is experience, making sure that the experience is what it needs to be, making sure everybody's getting that same great experience. And the last one is consistency. And that's I'll get to that in a little bit, but I want to start with understanding, when it comes to being a team, the communication piece, we need to be in a situation where communication's a non-issue. If there's a problem, I need to raise my hand. If there's a problem, I have an outlet. I have a workplace. I have too many places to be able to sit there and say, hey, I need help. So there's no shortage of places to raise your hand and get the help that you need, but making sure we're raising our hand, making sure if we have uncertainty, making sure that if we don't know what the situation is, that we're talking to our partners, we're talking to our loan coordinators, we're talking to our processors, we're talking to our closers. So communication right now is a big one. And what I'm looking to challenge the entire sales org on is being the communicator. Understand communication's on the communicator. We need to lead. If there's a problem, we need to coach. All of us are coaches. All of us are leaders. All of us have the ability to be that person that helps our team take it to the next level. And that's the focus. The focus is like, I'm not going to see something that doesn't work or isn't matching the experience that I want without talking about. That's why I got Report Up. That's why I have NPS, but that's also why I have a team. I have a loan coordinator. I have a processor, and I'm going to share with them, hey, listen, just want to let you know, this is the way I do things with my team. This is the expectations that I set. This is the way that I communicate with them. When I say I'm going to follow up, I don't just send an email, I make a call. Like, we got to communicate. We have to understand that it's our job, all of our jobs, to be the communicator. It's like, at the end of the day, if it's not happening, we got to make it happen. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in a little bit, but like, it can't just be like, I'm outsourcing my client experience. I'm outsourcing communication. Like, yeah, they'll get to it. They'll fix it. No. I'm the advocate for the consumer. If there's a problem, I'm going to step in. I'm the accountability layer. If I don't need to step in because things are going great, I don't have to step in. But we have to understand, like, the standard is the standard. The expectation is great communication, great client experience. The expectation is what it is, and we're going to meet it every single time. So communications on the communicator, and our relationships within the organization are critical. If you haven't talked to your loan coordinator yet, if you haven't talked to the setup team, members of the setup team yet, if you haven't talked to your processors yet, make that a priority and an action item. Write it down right now. Call to action. Talk to them. Build a relationship. Like, you have to know your team. The only way for us to win as a team is if we work together as a team. That's the way it works. Everybody on the team should know how to work with one another. They should know how to communicate with one another. They should know how we process loans and how we send disclosures, and how we follow up with one another. Like, that is the most critical part of being successful in business and in building great teams, is communicating with your team members. So, call to action. Take that as a takeaway. Make sure you schedule a meeting with your operations team members. Make sure you have the one-on-ones. Like, build a relationship, invest. Like, I said the same thing. I sent a message to Andrew, Katie, and Tyler this morning. We've got 50 of our team members at UWM today. And I said to them, I said, hey guys, I know, it's easy to get distracted, but we got 50 of our people at Success Transfer UWM. Be present, engage, make sure you spend some time getting to know everybody. Make sure you by the end of the 2 days that you're there, make sure you know their spouse's name and their dog's name and all that stuff. Like invest. Make sure you're where you need to be. Like, if your mind is somewhere else and you're just physically there, don't even bother going. Be there, be a leader, be great. But that's what we all need to be doing in every single thing we do. So next thing I want to talk about is consistency. Consistency drives certainty, okay? Going back to the communication piece, okay? I'm not, you're not going to be in a situation where you ever don't know where you stand with me, okay? Like, I'm not a person that I'm a product of my environment. Like, my environment is a product of me, okay? I'm going to condition everyone around me to meet the standard, to meet my standard. And if that doesn't work out for them, okay, that doesn't work out for them. But the standard is the standard, and we're creating an environment that's focused on winning. We're creating an environment that's focused on relationships. We're creating an environment where experience is everything. Like, this is the environment that we have here at UMortgage. So understanding that, like, consistency drives certainty. Am I submitting the loan the same way every time? Am I filling out the loan narrative? Am I properly putting the notes? Am I making sure the contacts are in the file? Did I review the fees, make sure the transfer tax and the daily interest and all the things that need to be where they need to be are done? Or did I do 95%? And know that I left 5% done, but I just want to get it in, okay? I just want to get it in is a mindset, okay? Consistency drives certainty. The more consistent we are, the more certain the outcomes we're going to deliver are. The more consistent we are with our loan submission, like, control the controllable, make it great every single time. Submit the notes. Make sure the documents are in the file. Set the file up for success. Now, people that have the mindset of like, hey, that's their job. No. That's not their job. Their job is to process a fully packaged loan, okay? We're not in the babysitting business. Like, listen, we're not selling diapers. We're not in the babysitting business. We're in the professional business. We come to work every day and we give it our all, and we do the things we need to do to win every single day. So, like, there are no exceptions, okay? Like, once they get it, if we set them up for success, they're going to dominate. They're going to give a great client experience. That's why we have a plus 95 NPS. But if we do a half-assed job, if we only do 95%, that 5% is going to turn into a bigger problem for us down the line. So consistency drives certainty. If you want certainty, we got to start with certainty. We got to deliver that consistent file quality every single time. There's no outsourcing success, guys. I got to wake up every day and do what I got to do to be successful. That doesn't mean I'm sitting here calling. People think it's like, oh, you just call them LOs all day. No. That's like maybe 1% of my day. We We have so many things to fix. We have so many things that we're working on here. And if I'm not consistently on point, focused, present, doing the things I need to do, they're not going to happen. We're not going to be successful. Like, I know that. So being consistent every single day, giving feedback consistently every single day, every single meeting, being present. Like, if you're not doing it, you're not going to get the outcomes that you want. You're going to be focused on all the wrong things. So consistency drives certainty. So you heard communication, consistency drives certainty, consistency. And we'll talk about it takes what it takes to be successful. Okay. And this is the bottom line. And right now there's a separation that's going to like happen here over the next several, I would say 6 to 12 months. We're going to see the separation. If you haven't already seen the separation, is like we doubled our lock volume. We doubled our as a company from Q4 to Q1. Okay. Like, let me make that clear. The mortgage industry is in a fire sale right now. They're laying off everybody. They can't find a loan with a flashlight. Like, they have no direction. Though what they really have is no vision, okay? They have no vision whatsoever for their organizations. Their vision is cut. Their vision isn't serve, okay? Our vision serve. Our vision is we're gonna grow, we're gonna do it the right way, we're gonna build relationships. When the vision is clear, you do the things that you need to do to win every single day. It takes what it takes to win. Rates are up. What do you think? We're just gonna do less loans? Like, we just had 2 record lock days in a row after rates went back up to their highest points. Like, what do you think we're doing here? We're working. We're doing what it takes. We're working the relationships. We're developing the partnerships. We're adding new loan originators that add value to the community. We're bringing great value on the daily sales huddle. We're doing a great weekly sales meeting. We're motivated. We're inspired. We're ready for work every day. Like, it takes what it takes to win, okay? It's not easy. It's not always easy. It'd be great to take off, hey, 2 days of, relationships, not transactions, 15, 16-hour days. Anthony, why don't you take off on Thursday? What? I had an 18-hour day on Thursday. You know how much feedback I got? We got so many things to fix. We got so many things to get better. It takes what it takes to win every single time, guys. Great file every single time. Experience has to be great every single time. And there's no double standards here. It takes what it takes for the loan coordinators to do a great job, the processor, the closer, the onboarding specialist, the recruiter. Like, everybody's got to be great. If you want to be great, that's what it takes. And when there's chinks in the armor, you got to flush them out. You got to say, hey, listen, the standard's this. We're going to coach. We're going to get better. We're going to focus on it. But listen, if you're not meeting the standard, if you can't run fast enough, you can't be on the team, because we're focused on winning and we're not leaving anybody behind. So you either got to get on board and support where we're going, or you got to get off. And that's not a bad thing. And it's understanding that, like, right now, there's a lot of things to be scared about. Rates are up, housing market's going down. Those aren't our problems, okay? We're going to win. We're going to do what it takes to win. We might not always like going on the daily sales meeting or the huddle or doing the partnership playbook, but I'm telling you, I'm going to show up for you every day. You got to show up for yourself, and you got to do what it takes to win every day. We have your back, but it takes what it takes to win. Let's win together. Let's focus on winning. I'll be right back. Talk to you soon.
Good morning. This is Marvin Torres here, a loan originator at the UMortgage Cincy branch. And I'm here this morning to talk to you about networking and how powerful a tool in your tool belt that networking is. You know, one of the things that we notice here in Cincinnati is there were groups and networking groups formed in all parts of the city, you know, the east side, the central part of town, downtown. One of the things that we noticed was there wasn't a networking group here on the west side of Cincinnati. And a real estate partner and I just looked at each other and we said, why does this not exist? We have a great community. We have tons of businesses, so we said, it doesn't exist. So why not create one ourselves? And that's exactly what we did. We started something called Westside Referral Builders that was really just centered on connecting people on the west side of Cincinnati to other people in the community that cared about the community as much as we did. So, we added, who's involved in this group? Construction, nonprofit organizations in this area, you name it. We have electricians, plumbers, everything that's kind of real estate adjacent, which is ultimately everyone could be real estate adjacent. All of those industries kind of intertwine throughout housing. And, an electrician knows somebody that is fixing up a house that's getting ready to sell, all those things. So we said, yeah, let's create one. And it started out with a total of 5 people at our first meeting. And we said, okay, this is a good start, but we need to grow this and we need to let people know, what we're doing here. So what we decided is we had a a 2 meeting per month group. We meet on the second Thursday and the fourth Thursday of the month every month. That way we can really get to know each other. And then on top of that, we have a quarterly meeting, which is going to be more of a social event, whether it's a happy hour or some kind of get together for a nonprofit organization. So all of those things just to build a community. And today we have 25 members in that group that are all contributing members that pass referrals on to each other, that are constantly thinking about the people in this group to say, hey, I know a mortgage originator. I'm going to call Marvin. And so that's really the power of networking and what you can get out of this group. So I encourage you, if you don't have something like that and you have an affinity group or you have a part of town that you're involved in, create your own. If it doesn't exist, create it. And that's the power of networking. You'll see it's a long-term play. You're not going to get referrals overnight, but it's really how we talk about building community and creating community at UMortgage. So if you're interested in looking into how to create these types of events in your area, reach out to me. Again, Marvin Torres, UMortgage Cincy.
Hi everyone, my name's Sam Hoffer, marketing team leader here at UMortgage, and I'm super excited to be joining you for today's weekly sales meeting. Last week, we hosted over 150 of our loan originators and team members for our Relationships Not Transactions Summit, and it was an absolute blast. If you missed it, let me give you a quick recap. We had a top-notch panel discussion on how to build relationships in your local community, lessons on how to attract, engage, and retain your audience, and a whole day of learning about effective communication with Renee Rodriguez, and so much more. Out of all of our sessions, one thing stuck out to me most: +1 your activities. What does that mean? It's actually pretty simple. Just do more. Whether you're attracting referral partners into your sphere, engaging with your audience, or nurturing the relationships you've built, there are certain activities that help you go the extra mile. Go where you're not, do what you're not doing, and provide the value your competitors aren't. This +1 mindset is the key to redefining your relationships. Take the extra time for your clients to record a Loom update, get over your fear, and record that TikTok. Host training events to educate your community, and most importantly, be intentional when you connect with and listen to your partners. They'll tell you what they need, I promise. It might sound like I'm asking a lot on top of what you're already doing to grow your audience, but here's the thing. The marketing team has all the tools you need to +1 your daily activities. You just need to put them to use. If you're ready to take your relationships to the next level, join me today at 4 p.m. Eastern on the Daily Sales Huddle to learn about the specific marketing tools available to help you +1 your way to reciprocal, lifelong relationships.
Hey everyone, this is Jay Bunte with the UMortgage Veterans Alliance. I am in Texas, and today I wanted to share something with you that I started a few years ago, and it's evolved into something that's extremely valuable. So we've all been online. We all go online to read reviews or get referrals or try to find some source of information when we're trying to figure something out. And so I started a local community Facebook group that was focusing on not only helping families, but helping small businesses. And so the whole idea was just to have a one-stop shop online around a community to provide value. And the key to this, it was to leave out all the nonsense that comes with social media. It's great, right? Don't get me wrong. We love social media, but sometimes, religion, politics, all these lightning rod topics kind of infiltrate it. And then the topic of discussion goes off course. So we have some very hard rules in the group as far as that's concerned. None of that stuff. If you want to come in and look for a local mortgage person, great. We have some referrals for you. Or a realtor, or the best pizza shop, or you need whatever you're looking for, somebody in the group's going to know. And over time, it's kind of evolved into this really, really resourceful group. And when I started it, I had no idea if it was going to work or not. I'd make a post and maybe it got a few likes or a few comments. Don't focus on that. Focus on providing value. And if people see value, they're going to come. All right. So we've been going for a few years now. I think the group's up to about 18,000 members here in the local community. And I've kind of become a digital mayor. Obviously, if they come to me about mortgages, I'm going to be able to help them out. But people come to me all the time on, hey, do you know this person? Or do you know a financial advisor? Or do you know a tax person? Or whoever it is. And I'm able to connect them. And so it's really, really neat to see how all this is played out. I can't take full credit. I do have some moderators in the group. I do have some stay-at-home moms that really help out, and they help keep the group on track. And so my call to action to y'all is just do it. Don't sit there and second guess yourself and like, oh, I wonder what I should name the group, or I wonder if it's going to like take off. Just do it. If it's something that you're passionate about and something that provides value to the community, it is going to work, and it's going to work like crazy, and it's a lot of fun.
Thank you, Jay and Marvin and Sam. This has been a great weekly sales meeting. I got two things for you before we wrap up. One, on purpose, with purpose. This is a mindset. This is an approach to how we engage with, our relationships, our interactions with people here at UMortgage, our team members, our clients, our partners. And this goes back to what, I said earlier about communication. Being on purpose, like on purpose with what you're doing, making sure you're building that relationship, making sure you're doing exactly what Jay just described, adding value or lighting up somebody's day without the expectation of something in return. Like, you don't need something in return. Like, I'm going to call my processor and say, hey, listen, I just want to let you know you did an amazing job on this file. My customer loved you. I want to let you know. Now, action over intention. Like, this is like the other thing of mindset when it comes to this is like on purpose with purpose is all about understanding like it might take 2 minutes to do it, but do it because you having the intention, like you feeling it and thinking you're like, I care. I want to let them know, but never doing it. They can't read your mind. It's important that you take the action. It's make sure, when you're a real estate agent, hey, they did a social media post, they've been struggling with consistency. It's like, hey, send them a message like, hey, great job on that post, great post. Let's keep it up. I'll be your accountability partner. Like, on purpose with purpose every single time. One of the things I always do is like, just because I don't have time at the moment, I always take a note and come back to it at the end of the day. Like, I literally will go through a day and have 6, 7, 8 pages of notes of just little things that came up throughout the meeting where it's like, okay, hey, I got to send Corey some feedback. Oh, great. I got to send, the graphic designer, we made an error on this page and I want to give them this feedback. Like every single person on purpose with person. By the way, what it shows them is it shows you care. It shows you that you're invested. And at the end of the day, it's like, we're helping each other get better. Like, we understand, like, this isn't to criticize, it's to help me get better. And that we put getting better over everything else. So on purpose with purpose is such a way of living. Like, you heard it from Marvin, you heard it from Sam, you heard it from Jay. Like, these are people living that life every single day. And that's why they're having the success that they have in each of their areas of business. Last thing here, this is just one call to action. The daily sales huddle, Nicole, Sam, Todd, they've done an amazing job with this. It's a really high value situation. So like, to me, it's like, if you're not attending once, twice, 3 times, 5 times a week, like, you're missing out. Like, this is a true value add. And the goal is to be able to take what we're learning, take that information that we're gathering, and then take it back to our partners, take it back to our communities. Like, it's not just about like, hey, I'm getting another loan. It's understanding like you're adding value to somebody. You're sharing this great quality information. We have Barry Habib on Monday, 180 loan officers attended. Great value. We're going to go put it out into the world. Every single day, they put a lot of effort into it. So again, my call to action is this. It's like, it's only a half hour a day. Like, if that's the one thing you did today to help you go add value to your community, great. But at the end of the day, it's like, we're on purpose and with purpose with it because we want to add value. If we get feedback, Dan Lorenko calls me and says, hey, Anthony, it would be great if you did this. Great. There's nobody I trust more than Dan Lorenko. He's my guy. I'm going to share that with Nicole. Hey, Nicole, Dan shared this. Like, let's add this onto the weekly sales meeting or the weekly huddle in 2 weeks. Like, we're focused on making it better, and we want to know how we can make it better. But think about these things and what we're doing. Daily sales huddle, communication, relationship building, being a leader, being the one that is leading with your actions. These are the important things that are going to separate us long term. These are the things that are going to help you build strong relationships that help you grow your business. So have a great rest of the day. Continue to dominate. We've had 2 record days in a row. We're doing what it takes. It takes what it takes. Remember, take it into the rest of the day. Have a great rest of the day and talk to you soon.